The reality is people are frustrated, they're overwhelmed. Think about how many shorts and videos and ads that you see every single day.
But you know what I like a lot more than materialistic things?
God, bro.
Knowledge.
Hell no.
In fact,
My biggest advice to maximizing Black Friday sales, Cyber Monday sales, end of year sales, heck, whenever you need money, AIDA, A-I-D-A. Most people's marketing messages is all over the place. You want to call them out. I'd say something like, hey, attention, burnt out corporates. You're my type of people. I know you. And the reason why I know you is because I used to be just like you. I have a quick question for you. Would you like to make a six-figure salary working for yourself and actually scale that to a multiple six-figure salary? This is who I am and I can help you. Does this make sense? Right, that's how I would open it. So any sort of ad, any sort of campaign, what you're really looking for, do the prospects get you? When they're watching your stuff, they need to feel like, you know what? That person gets me. Because when you can win their hearts over through your stories, through attention, through building desire, through giving value, their wallets open up. I know these marketing strategies works, and it works for any business. So I'm going to give you some principles that if you take action on this, hopefully it can help you. These are things that's worked for me. So number one, when you're coming up with any sale, whether it's Black Friday or let's just say Cyber Monday, number one, you want to build some sort of hype, some sort of excitement. You want to come along with some sort of story, and you want to tell people, hey, here's what you can expect. Hey, here's on this date, I am going to be releasing XYZ. On this date, I am going to be sharing something I've never done before. On this date, I'm going to be selecting 10 people. So let's just say you're a highly paid consultant and you want to get 10 people to come to you. Your program is maybe $10,000 or $20,000, but for Black Friday or Cyber Monday, we're going to come up with something for, let's just say $5,000. Okay. Anyone that's serious can whack up and invest. It's not an impulse buy. Impulse buy products are like $100, $200, $50, $7, whatever. But anyone that's serious, they can whack $5,000 on a credit card. So let's just say you're going to select 10 people and you're going to offer your $10,000 or $20,000 program, a mentorship program, a coaching program, a done-for-you funnels, an agency offer, something that's high value, and you're going to give it for $5,000. Now here's what you're going to do. You're going to start building up the hype and excitement. You're going to post on your social media every day. You're going to email your list. If you have a text message of your customers, your subscribers, send out a message to them and then literally say to them, hey, I am hosting, I am sharing, I am going to announce a brand new sale. It's only going to be for Black Friday and it's only going to be for 10 people. So as Black Friday comes along, you can basically say, hey, I'm opening up spots, 10 spots. Here's what you need to do. You can write an email. You can make a Google Doc and write down what your offer is. Here's what I have for you. Here's what it will do for you. Here's what to do next. Now, the next thing that I recommend is either you grab your phone, or if you have one of those fancy cameras, stick one of those fancy cameras on. I mean, you can really do it on your iPhone, and then just make a video, make a personal video and say, hey, my name is, let's just say Omar. My name is Omar. I own Agile Consulting. I help everyday average people quit their 9-to-5 job and transition into becoming a high-paying consultant using, let's just say, one of my clients, Omar, he deals with people that want to become Scrum Masters, right? He's known as one of the bigger pioneers, one of the leaders in Scrum Master technology. I'm actually going to put a link underneath this YouTube video, so definitely go check him out. So say, for example, I was Omar, okay, and I wanted to make $50,000 like during this sales period. Here's what I would do, right? I would build up hype for maybe 3 to 5 days. Anyone and everyone that I've interacted with going back 5 years, I would literally make a list of them, okay? 100 prospects, people that I've met at live events, people that I've worked with, people that have inquired about my services, people that have said, hey, you know, I want to check out your stuff, but maybe for whatever reason, they didn't buy. They made excuses, they fell off, something happened in their life. You want to go and re-engage all of those people, okay? One of the greatest reasons why the Black Friday end of month, end of year sales works is it creates an event. People like to buy during events. Okay, if you think about it, most people that you follow in that industry, they'll do webinars, they'll do live events, they'll do virtual events, they'll do seminars and retreats. Why? Because people love buying events and experiences. So you want to take your prospect on a buyer's journey, on a journey that's going to get them excited, that's going to get them engaged. So here's what I would do, right? I would outline an offer. I would make it irresistible. I'd think to myself, if I'm going to charge $5,000, can this deliver $50,000 worth of value? So let's just say I was advising my client. I would say to him, Omar, what are the best things that you've learned that you can package up over maybe 3 months and come up with like 12 topics that requires someone to become a highly paid Scrum Master. Okay, list out those 12 things and then include. So that's the core offer, $5,000. Boom. Now come up with 5 or 10 high value bonuses. Maybe something like the emails that you need to send out to get your first high paying job. Maybe a report on the top 10 biggest mistakes people make. Maybe you can also, on top of the course, you can include 3 months of access to you. Okay, and once you build up the bonuses and the value, you want to make the bonuses so valuable that people look at the bonus and say, boom, I want that, right? Like, so in my business, in one of my companies, we sell, for example, say coaching, right? But when people are buying coaching, what they're really wanting is they're wanting funnels. And what they're really wanting is that they want done for you lead generation. So I'll include some of the things that they really want as bonuses, but they have to buy the main thing. So everything else becomes a bonus, right? Everything else. So like when they're buying it, their state of mind needs to be like, you know what? This is an absolute no-brainer. I feel like I'm getting one over the person I'm buying this from. So this is how you create irresistible offers. And in 2024, the $1 million skill you want to develop, okay? I always talk about this, for myself, I'm doing YouTube videos, writing books. Okay, those are the top 2 activities I'm doing. However, if you're in that stage and you're not making at least, $50,000, $100,000 a month, you want to make $1 million for yourself. The third thing you have to master is offer creation. Okay, and one of the great skills that you're going to develop over time is that the habit of crafting offers that makes people buy from you. So coming back to maximizing Black Friday and Cyber Monday, end of month, whatever sales, right? What you would do is after you've outlined the sales process, the offer, you would now make a video. And here's how my video would go. Okay, I'm just going to do this off the script. And I'd be something like, hey, this is Omar from Agile Consulting. I help people just like you become highly paid Scrum Masters. I went from 0 to making multiple 6 figures a year as my Scrum Master. And look, if you're tired of funnels and coaching and courses and consulting and you don't want to make endless YouTube videos, you don't want to be a Instagram or a TikTok star, you're kind of like me where you just want to put your head down, look after your family, make a bunch of money and get paid what you really desire, deserve and dream about. Well, I have some really good news. Over the last 15 years, I myself have become a Scrum Master, but what I've also done is I've helped everyday average people get high-paying jobs. Now, did you know that you can actually make $10,000 to $25,000 per month and beyond as a Scrum Master in a job? Like this is crazy. So here's what I'm doing, right? A lot of people have been asking me, how is it that I'm able to do this? How is it that I'm able to work from home? And regardless if it's a recession, if it's, C-19 or whatever's going on in the world, I can stay at home. I can make money for myself and my family. And, recently I hired a mentor and this guy has done over 8 figures, multiple 8 figures, and is in his early 30s. And he advised me, okay? My CFO, my accountant's gonna think I'm going crazy. If I say this to my wife, she's gonna think I've lost it. Okay, I've lost my marbles. But here's the good news for you. My mentor just advised me that I need 10 case studies. Okay, And instead of my normal rates, which is $20,000, my normal rates are for my coaching programs, I cannot charge that. He said, you need to give 10 people 75% discount, get them to become one of your case studies, and you need to help just 10 people. Okay, and so look, this is my assignment, and it happens to be, coincidentally, we're in the end of the year stage. You know, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, December's coming, 2024 is around the corner. So here's what I've done, okay? Down below this video, I've outlined exactly what you need, the 3 steps you need to become a highly paid Scrum Master. And when you read this down below, you're going to be able to see how each component works. So even if you're starting from scratch, maybe you've tried businesses and gurus and courses on the internet before, you tried funnels and you tried selling coaching programs and it didn't work. Look, this is a brand new opportunity that I truly believe is going to be the game changer for 2024. It's recession proof, it's pandemic proof, heck, it's stress proof. I mean, I'm chilling at home with my kids and my wife and I'm doing this. So here's what I'm doing. I'm looking for just 10 people right now. You can read the description below, and if it feels right for you, book a call with myself or someone from my team. My normal price for this program is $20,000, the elite program. But right now, for the first 10 people that respond to this special offer, I'm going to do a never before done 75% off. And it's going to be just $5,000. And listen, if you need any help, if you have any questions, you can speak to someone from my team and they'll answer your questions. I look forward to working with you. Go ahead, read the letter below and I'll speak to you then. Okay, bye for now. All right, next time get a tripod, okay? So there you have it, right? Like, so that's an example of, I think that was like 2.5, 3 minutes. And if I was really scripting it, I'd, follow a real formula and whatnot. But that's the gist of it. That's the gist of making a VSL that gets your ideal prospects to come to you, gets them to book a call, right? In the video you saw, because I do this so often, I know this, right? Like AIDA, AIDA, attention, interest, desire, action. Okay, and this is one of the very many copywriting formulas that I have in my brain, in my marketing arsenal over the last 10 plus years. By the way, if you ever want me to teach copywriting, just comment below with the word copywriting. If there's enough interest, I'll make a video around copy. So this is a copywriting framework that I learned early on because I would make offers and no one would respond to me. And I would think to myself, is there something wrong with me? Like, why does no one buy my stuff? Or I would work so hard on getting maybe like I go through courses and coaching programs, and then I would make an offer, but no one would become a buyer. Okay. And I realized after going through copywriting frameworks, I realized if you do not have the AIDA, and this is just one concept, right? So think about it. I got attention by calling out my audience. Then I got the interest by saying, hey, do you want to achieve this? Now, when you ask a question to your prospects, okay, this is the first way, easiest way to influence them. How do you influence someone? You find out what already influences them. Then you ask them that question. So for example, my client Omar, he has kids. Now, if I asked him something, because I know his kids will influence him and he will influence his kids. If I asked him something about his kids, his answer to me would more likely be a yes than a no. So same way, if you're overweight and you want to lose weight, and I said, hey, do you want to have kids? And you're like, what? Like, for example, you go to the gym to lose weight. You're not going to the gym to have kids, right? So do you understand? But most people's marketing messages is all over the place. So you got to figure out, okay, what's the message that you have to your market? So for example, if Omar's clients are already in a 9-to-5 job, they're highly paid corporates, they're usually people that are 35 to around 55-ish, they've had some corporate experience, they have some money saved up, and now they want to kind of work for themselves as a highly paid freelancer, then you want to call them out. Now, if I was to do that video again, I'd say something like, hey, attention, struggling freelancers, burnt out corporates. You're my type of people. I know you. And the reason why I know you is because I used to be just like you. I have a quick question for you. Would you like to make a 6-figure salary working for yourself and actually scale that to a multiple 6-figure salary? My name is Omar. This is who I am, and I can help you. Does that sound better? Does that sound better for you? Does this make sense? Right, that's how I would open it. So, attention, interest, you ask a question, you get the interest, and then you amplify the desire, okay? So, hey, working from home is one of the best things because not only do you get to hang out with your kids and your wife and your family and your loved ones, you also work on your own terms. And when you work on your own terms, that flexibility and freedom is absolutely priceless. And most people, sadly, they can't do it because they go to school, college, university, they get a degree, they get a job. And by the way, that was me. So my client Omar would basically talk about himself a little bit here because he can now connect with his prospect and he can say, okay, here's where I'm at. And the prospect can now look at him and say, that person gets me. That's what you want. When you're making any sort of video, any sort of ad, any sort of campaign, what you're really looking for, okay, is do the prospects get you? So when they're watching your stuff, they need to feel like, you know what? That person gets me. Because when you can win their hearts over through your stories, through attention, through building desire, through giving value, their wallets open up. Well, once I understood I learned this like over 10 plus years ago. There was a dude who was coaching me, and when he said that to me, I was like, wow, this is why we talk about you want to give value in all of your marketing, in all of your VSLs, your presentations, your webinars. You want to give value. Why do you want to give value? Because when you give value, you're subconsciously teaching them, consciously as well, but now on a subconscious level, they now know, like, and trust you. If they know, like, and trust you, you think they're going to buy from you? 100%. If they know, like, and trust you, are they going to be more responsive to you? Yes. This is how you get your marketing, ladies and gentlemen, to becoming more responsive. Okay, this is, by the way, how I built over $11 million businesses from scratch. And I generated over $30 million before I turned 30 years old. By the way, I created a new free case study. Okay, I'm actually doing this in action. If you like what I'm sharing in these YouTube videos, click the first link below. It's going to be on funnels.com. I've put together a brand new free case study that actually walks you through the 4 steps that I use and my students use to go from 0 to $10,000 to even $50,000 a month. It's wild. So go check it out. It's down below in the description. So there you have attention, interest, okay, desire, building up desire. When you're building up desire, you have to understand people's pain points. When you understand people's pain points and you can explain someone's pain points better than they can, that's when they're like, this person gets me. By the way, this is how I'm able to easily sell $20,000 programs, $50,000 programs, $120,000 coaching programs, is because when I'm speaking to someone on the phone and they realize this guy's real, he's authentic, he's not gonna talk BS, he's gonna help me, and he's been where I wanna be, bro, that instant trust, right? The sale becomes much easier when your marketing does the heavy lifting, okay? So, attention, interest, desire, and the last one is action. Now, if you're watching this, right, ladies and gentlemen, you have to ask people to take the next step, right? But by the way, if you're watching this video, how many times do I say, like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment, share this video with your friends and family? Why? Because if I don't say it, no one does it. So if you're watching this, by the way, please, I do these videos for free because I want to build this YouTube channel. I want to give away all the lessons that I've learned over a decade. The ups, the downs. I just want to share them all for free. All I ask in return is that you hit the like button, leave me a comment, and share this with a friend or family member, someone that's going to find this valuable. I do these videos to give as much value as possible to you. So please share that. Do you see how I just did that? You see that? Okay. in my videos, I'm asking you, take this action. So what I would do in Omar's case, I would end the video like that with, hey, book a call with me. Okay. And think to yourself, hey, have I said this at least 3 times? Yeah. Book a call with me down below. If you want my help and I have a blueprint that I can give you on the phone call, go ahead and book a call. And by the way, you know what? And again, you can just be direct and upfront. You can just say, hey, listen. For example, if I'm advising Omar right now, I would just say, hey, my mentor said I need only 10 clients. And right now I think Omar said to me, he's got like 250 or 350 people on his list. So he's kind of starting out, but he still has some level of influence on, I think, just on his email list and LinkedIn and whatnot. So you can say, hey, you know what? Right now, there's over 300 people on my social media. And to be very frank, I'm not in the business of getting on the phone with 300 people. Okay, so here's how this is going to work. If this resonates with you, go ahead and book a call. The spots are limited. Okay, this is not fake scarcity, because I'm telling you right now, I only want 10 people this month. Okay, like, and then before 2024 starts, this is your time right now. So what I would do there is I would make it very clear. This is the call to action. Here's what you need to do. So what I would do is essentially I'd have the headline. I'm looking for 10 people to help become a Scrum Master. I'd have a little video. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be edited or anything. Just shoot it on your iPhone. Just upload it. And then boom, just a written form of text. And here's the cool thing, okay? If you have any testimonials, plug them in. If you don't have any testimonials, just text like 3 to 5 of your friends, your co-workers, and just say, hey, listen, give me a character reference, okay? This is something that you want to build, right? Like if you go to any of my websites like funnels.com/reviews or any of my testimonial pages, you'll see people from all different backgrounds, all different cultures, religions, doesn't matter. People from all over the world, from Asia, Hong Kong, Australia, to Canada, America, Costa Rica, wherever. I'm always asking for testimonials. Why? Because testimonials are like one of those golden conversion triggers. Okay, sometimes you may make an offer and people don't like you. I know lots of people don't like me. I have really strong beliefs about lots of different things. Okay, and I'm not afraid to voice them. I don't care. But guess what? People like my methodology. People like my team. Someone texted me today and they said, you have such a wonderful team. Your team is so fast. They're so responsive. I mean, I'm like, I could tell that they're not relying on just me. They're relying on my team. Okay, so when you share testimonials, here's what happens, right? You're able to leverage other people's stories, other people's character traits, other people's life experiences in your offer. Okay, so I recommend having at least 3 testimonials in all of your offers. And, you can have a guy, a girl, maybe an older person, a younger person. You can have someone. I'll give you an example, right? One of the things that we used to do is I used to do events in Singapore. And I had like all these Singaporean clients, right? So when I would take this 3-step funnel in my business, here's what would happen, right? If I went to, say, Singapore, I would just change the testimonials and I would just put like 3 of my Singaporean testimonials. If I come to London, and most people's names are Tony, Barry, and Ralph or something, okay? No offense, UK people. But I would just put a bunch of English guys' testimonials. If I go to Canada, I'd stick a bunch of Canadian people that are my students on that page. So why? Because people resonate with people that are like them. This is one of the reasons why testimonials are so valuable. So, include 3 testimonials and include call to actions. And also include your phone number. Look, if you're not making at least $100,000 a month, you should have some sort of ability for people to book a phone call with you, your team, with your sales staff, because that's the low-hanging fruit. You want to be open. You want to be available for people messaging you. Okay, once you get to a certain stage, like I get on and my Facebook and my Instagram is hammered with messages, so I can't respond to every single person. But what would happen is when people respond to us, someone from my team will respond back and be like, hey, in all transparency, Shakir doesn't check his messages. Please book a phone call if you want to work with us. Okay, if they're a customer and they've got some sort of request, then they have to email support@wealthacademy.com. Just goes to a support help desk. So you want to put as much volume out and reduce how easy it is for people to access you. Okay, this is one of the ways you can increase how much you charge. Okay, so for me, I publish lots of content, but I'm not the most easiest person to access. Okay, you have to pay a premium amount of money to access my phone number. Okay, let's just put it that way. So when you're starting off though, if you're not making 50, 100K a month, you need to be open for people messaging you. Okay, why? Conversations leads to conversions. Okay, so you want to get as many calls and chats going. Those calls and chats leads to conversations. Those conversations lead to conversions. Okay, really just 3 things. Keep these 3 things in mind. Every single day, just ask yourself, how many people did I speak to? If you're doing paid ads, then you can spend a bunch of money, get lots of people come to you. If you're doing organic, how many people are chatting to you, okay? Or you're chatting to them? How many of them are leading to a conversation, meaning that they're booking a phone call and they're actually having a conversation with you that lasts for maybe 30 to 60 minutes? I'm in the game of selling premium products and services, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, $50,000 consulting programs, coaching programs, okay? By the way, when I'm making these YouTube videos, this is not where I'm getting my business from. This does not appeal to like 99% of the people. So if you're watching this, for 99% of the people, just enjoy the videos, okay? If you're in that 1% and you know this is really resonating with you, then sure, apply to work with us. But other than that, I know when I'm crafting, say, content, when I'm crafting offers, I know exactly who I'm looking for. So I'm always following a variation of attention, interest, desire, action. Now, I've given you the framework, I've given you the offer, I've given you a structure on how I would do it. Here's the mistake people make. They might post once or twice. You got to post at least 7 to 10 times. The average person needs to see the same marketing sales message 7 times. It's actually more, but I'm just giving you a basic introductory lesson on sales and marketing. For people to build trust with you, 7 times. Exposure needs to happen at least 7 times, okay? But here's the thing. Because we're in the social media world, you could take that same email, okay? Like for example, I send out an email almost every single day to my list, okay? Hundreds of thousands of people on my list. I send it out. Here's what I also do. My assistant takes that email, she chops it up and she posts it on my Instagram, on my Facebook, on my LinkedIn, and I think on my Twitter, maybe on Twitter, okay? But basically she posts it all over. Then I have like 3-4 Facebook groups. She'll post that same email into the different Facebook groups, okay? So now imagine you missed my email. You're still watching me on social media. Does that make sense? Okay? You're still finding me in other places. But like videos like this, we take these videos, it gets chopped up, and now it becomes reels and shorts, and it also becomes a podcast. So now I'm taking one piece of content and I'm mass leveraging it out. Okay, so a big mistake people make is they promote too little. When you're promoting, you need to promote hard, especially when it comes to sales. I mean, you're competing with, today I got emails from Tumi. Tumi.com is an high-end luggage company. Okay, I don't even need no luggage. I don't even want a luggage. But I saw that they're doing like a 20% sale and I'm thinking, I think I need a luggage. Okay, you're competing with all of them. Okay, my wife is like, you don't need another luggage. And in my head, I'm thinking, no, I need that specific one, and it's called like the Business Elite. And you can buy a good luggage for like $200-300 and they're charging like $2,000 for it. Now, okay, I told myself this Black Friday season, I'm not buying nothing. Actually, I bought a bunch of stuff before this video. What did I buy? Actually, I bought like 3-4 books. So I was like, okay, fine, these are books. But I'm trying really hard not to buy anything this weekend, okay? However, you are competing with all of these giants. These companies have stupid money. They're not afraid to spend hundreds of millions of dollars to, basically send out emails, create crazy viral marketing campaigns. So you have to stand out from the crowd. One of the easiest ways to do that, ladies and gentlemen, is just be consistent. If you show up enough times in front of people's face with the right offer at the right time, they're going to raise their hand. They're going to say, okay, cool, I'm in. I just had a guy from Jordan. He just signed up for one of my programs. It's a $50,000 coaching program. And I asked him, hey, how long have you been following me for? Okay. And he said, before C19. Okay. I got to see C19 because YouTube algo. That's why I ask you guys to like, comment, and subscribe on this video, please. Right? Make sure you share this out with people that can benefit from this video. So I asked him, hey, why didn't you buy? He's like, he's never bought a single thing from me. So think about it. He's been following me for 3-4 years. In that time, he's probably read, 500, 1,000 emails. The first product he buys from me goes straight for a $50,000 program. Why does he buy? Right offer at the right time. And guess what? I was consistent. Okay. So this is why it's so important. And this is also going out to my client, Omar. And if you're, regardless of if you're one of my clients or if you're not one of my clients yet, okay, consistency wins. Like when you're starting off, you have to be consistent. You can work on quality afterwards. Kind of just like these YouTube videos, okay? These YouTube videos are not the most professional, highest quality. I mean, I'm just looking at a camera and I'm just recording, okay? And there's going to be some basic edits done from Mikey, my video guy. But no, by no means am I spending tens of thousands of dollars to, put this video up. Because my focus is how do I deliver the most amount of value in the most amount of quantity consistently. Does that make sense? Is this making sense to you? Okay, so what you want to do is quantity, then quality, but most importantly, consistently. So as long as you're showing up authentically and you're delivering valuable information to your prospects, to your clients, and like this is what I found, like it just works. Like this whole sales process, the sales funnels aspects, it just converts. Another big mistake people make is after a few days, they stop and they're not afraid to push the boundary. So for example, like my client, Omar, I'm going to advise Omar, hey Omar, you know what you would do if I was in your position and I wanted to make quick $50,000, you have like over 250 people that follow you. So you're just needing 10 sales at 5K each or 5 sales at 10K each. I would say, hey, instead of just saying it's a Black Friday offer, it's a Cyber Monday offer, drag it out and say, hey, you know what? I spoke to my coach and 1, I've never done one of these Black Friday deals. 2, I've now decided for the first time ever, and probably this is the last time ever, okay? For this special price, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to extend the offer for another 7 days. Or I'm going to extend the offer until December the 10th. Hey, listen, that's when my work gets cut off because I want to take a break. If you want to take a break, I specifically work actually much harder in November, December, and January than I do any other month of the year, okay? And I've been doing that for at least 10 years, okay? There's lots of reasons why. You're going to see lots more videos like this, okay, during these few months than you've probably seen the whole year. And I also know because of my market, people that want to change their life, they want to reinvent themselves, they want to make money, they want to learn about finances and investing and all this stuff. Those months are very critical because most people, everyone's excited. They want to get started with New Year's. So you can come up with angles. Like, for example, my client, Omar, I would say to him, hey, you know what? Come up with like 7 to 10 emails and drag out the promotion. And by that, I mean, extend the funnel as long as you can. Okay? Until you hit your 10 spots. So you could be like, hey, I've decided instead of a 3-day special sale, I'm going to extend it for the next 7 days. And the good news for you is if you decide to book the phone call, there's a good chance you'll be speaking to me directly. Okay? Or you'll be getting this, special bonus that I'm only reserving for a handful of clients. Or you know what I've seen is, I don't know, you can make something up, right? Like, for example, if I was selling something around the idea of videos, right? Actually, I'll give you an example. Is my iPad here? Okay. So I remember going to this guy called Dan Sullivan. Okay. He's like 80 years old, this Canadian dude. And I remember going to this event in the Four Seasons. It was like a preview 2-hour pitch event. And he was selling something for like 10K and 25K. And I actually didn't like him in the beginning. Okay, I asked him for a photo and he was like, he had like this attitude. And I was like, okay, this guy is like way too arrogant for me. You know, I'm not talking bad about him, but this was my projection of him, right? So I just walked out. I'm like, I don't need a picture. Anyway, his team calls me up, okay? The lady, her name was Georgia. Georgia, if you're watching this, I remember you, Georgia. Okay, I think it was Georgia. And she calls me up and she goes, hey, you know what? If you decide to buy the $10,000, you know, or 10,000 pounds or whatever it was, like this coaching program from Dan Sullivan, I'm going to throw in a free iPad, okay? All I heard was, free iPad? I'm like, I'm in. She's like, this is a special offer just for people in London. So you're going to get a free iPad. We'll just ship it out to you. I'm like, I'm in. Sign me up. Okay. So, I mean, I paid him 10 G's and I got a free iPad. It wasn't this one. This is another free iPad someone gave me. I get lots of free iPads. So thank you, everyone. But I remember that was an irresistible offer. Does that make sense? So when you're coming up with something, you have to ask yourself, hey, how can I make this irresistible? How can I make this so that when someone hears you for the first time, boom, they look at it and they get it instantly. So remember, attention, interest, desire, action. And when you're doing all of these 4 things using the framework that I've shared here, you're extending the funnel, you're adding in bonuses, exclusivity, you're adding scarcity, you're coming across authentic. If you don't make an offer, you don't make the money. If you make the offer once or twice and someone else who has less credibility, less results, less authority than you, if they make the offer more times, who's going to make the money? They will. How many times have you met someone and you're like, oh, she ain't that smart. He ain't that smart, but they make a lot more money than me. How many of you have ever felt that? How many of you have ever resonated? Right? You can be honest here. Let me know in the comment section. Okay. How many of you have ever felt that? Heck, I wake up in the morning and I think to myself, I'm this intelligent. Why am I making this much money? Okay. How many of you feel like that sometimes? I'm so intelligent. I've gone through so much life. Why am I stuck at this? Right? We all have this, right? And so one of the ways to overcome this is show up consistently, authentically. Okay. And think to yourself and ask yourself the questions. If you were speaking to your younger self, you know, what would they want? And how can you craft that into an offer? And then how can you craft that into an offer that goes beyond just, hey, this is a special offer for now. But when someone watches it and they hear it for the first time or for the 7th time, they also have that emotion that's built up where they're like, if I don't take action on this, I might just miss out. So my advice to you and to my client, would be extend the funnel by say another 7 to 10 days and do maybe 3 days of gain, 3 days of logic, and 3 days of fear. So the first 3 days or 4 days, you could be like, hey, here's what happens when you become a Scrum Master. Okay, so the Scrum Master is someone who's doing this high-paying job for a unique, specific skill set that's rewarded in the marketplace. They can make a lot of money. They can work from home, and they can even have multiple jobs. Like my client Omar, he's making multiple 6 figures a year doing this as a job, right? Like this guy should be making multiple 7 figures a year teaching this, because no one's teaching you, and no one's teaching you in the way that he's teaching you, where he's gonna help you get a high-paying 6-figure job, right? So it's a unique skill set and a unique offer. Second thing is, as you're crafting the offer and you're extending the deadline, okay, so the first 3-4 days could be gain. Here's what you can get. Because remember, people are motivated by what they can get or what they can stay away from. Pleasure and pain, carrot and sticks, okay? For me, if I don't do something, I'm afraid of the stick. My wife doesn't operate like that, okay? So she's just a carrot person. Okay, for me, and different people are driven by different things. Okay, if you've never heard of the concept, Google and learn about carrots and sticks and people's motivations and confirmation bias and all of this stuff. So some people, they will basically be driven more if you say gain. Now, some people, they're not like that. Okay, for example, Mikey, who edits my videos, Okay, he's a very logical person. He's not really driven by gain. So I have to be very logical with him. Hey, here's what this is. Here's why we need to do this. Here's what happened. Do you get it? So gain, gain is you can achieve X, Y, Z. Logic is, here's the breakdown of how it works. Here's the 12-step plan. Here's why the $5,000 or the $10,000 product price is justified. Here's the fear part. So gain, logic, fear. Just remember these 3 letters, GLF. Okay, in all of my campaigns, I'm always trying to implement these 3 things as well. What can they gain? What's logical? And what's the fear if they don't take action? Okay, what does it cost for them to stay stuck in their business? What does it cost for them to get the wrong mentor? Okay, sometimes I've met people, they've tried to learn internet marketing and they've spent $300,000-$400,000, like crazy amounts of money. And then they've just completely quit and they've not even told. I mean, I don't know, one guy telling me that he lost his first wife over trying to learn how to make money on the internet. So I didn't sell him anything, but if I was to sell him something, then I could have used the angle of, hey, how much more would it cost you? You already wasted 5 years. Do you want to waste another 10 years? So here's the thing. If you don't bring these things up, then people don't have it in their awareness. Does that make sense? So that's going to be me wrapping up. If you like this video, if you want more videos like this, leave me a comment in the comment section. Share this with someone that you know is going to benefit. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Speak to you soon.